Hello, Facebook and YouTube friends. So I ran my errands today and I went to the Dollar Tree, and for $1.25 I bought my makeup. I bought some stylus pens for the computer because tomorrow in a long time I haven't had my nails done and I've been saving up for that. And of course my friend in Bangor here, she gives me a good deal. I get it cheaper. And I do think Patty's Nails does an awesome job. So, and I've been doing my own nails, and I'm just sick and tired of having to reglue them. You know, I'm always losing a nail somewhere. And I'm Lucy Ricardo enough without these problems. And what a beautiful and glorious summer day it is. And this has been a good summer for me because of my friends, my second family, who have taken me to these beautiful things with other mystics like me where we pray for the greater good. And it's like being with the American Indian tribe I never got to connect with. It's still my tribe because it's other sorcerers like me. And it's all beautiful and through the greater good. There is no evil. And it has taught me a lot in this life about kindness. But every time I go somewhere these days, it's like, you know, my life is in my hands because thugs, people supporting the Orange Man, might nab me or kill me right there on the spot. But so far, it's been wonderful people that I've ran into. Like today, the lady at the bank said, "Oh, I love your hat." And I said, "Well, I got it for $1 at the Dollar Tree and I glued the feathers on it from birds. Feathers I found outside and feathers from my parrots over the years." And so, she really liked that. And then the other day I went to town to pick Mom up some things. And when I was in the store, a guy said, "I love your hat." And I had on my hat that I had bought that has like rhinestones all over it. And then when I came out the door, a lady said, "Oh, I love your outfit." She was referring to my green. I have a green dress. This dress has a tiger on it. I think it's Siberian or Asian. I buy my dresses one size. They fit me bigger than I am. I don't like tight clothes. I like to be elegant. If a man wants to see what's underneath this dress, he's going to have to marry me. So, you know, and I am exercising every day and walking and eating right, and I've lost quite a bit of weight. And so I'm wondering where my new beau is. I haven't heard from him in 24 hours. Imagine he's in Congress fighting that so-called big beautiful bill for every meek person in this country. At least I hope that's what it is, because I don't trust that Orange Man at all. He's threatening to deport him, and I don't think he can do it because the man I love is too powerful for him, and I know his heart. But I'm worried. I am worried. You know, then there's always the adage of, is anything I know real anymore? Something too good to be true. But it has to be, because I've gotten messages and pictures that say "I love you," holding up a sign, That really touched my heart. And then my heart is breaking because I hurt the other person. But I didn't really know he was real either. So, and I begged and begged and begged him to, come and get me. And all I kept hearing was, "Bye." a membership. So it couldn't have been him, you know. But this time, I hear the voice on the phone, and that's what's real to me. And I add that up with I asked him to stop the spill, and he's doing it. I asked him to denounce the orange man, and he's doing it. So I put those two things together, and I figure he has to be real. But where has he been in the last 2 days? I don't know. I don't know. And I worry, you know, I really worry. Of course I worry because I'm in love. So, you know, I don't know. That's just me. I'm a caring, loving, devoted spouse. And it would be nice to have the person I love walking with me today, spending time in the sun today, having a cookout today, holding hands today. All of that would be nice. But of course, here I am all alone and by myself. You know. But anyway, I think it all just makes me seem desperate, like my mother says. And my poor mother, she has shingles. She went to the doctor today. You know, worries about everything, especially with this orange menace running around, hating transgender people, wanting to nab us, deport us. And you know, it's going to start with black and brown people and so-called immigrants. But what is he? He's an immigrant. His family's from Germany. He wasn't born here. Only the American Indians who are full-blooded were born here in America, in the USA. The rest of us, part of us, migrated here. You know, what's the big deal? It makes America special. It makes the USA special. Where does this baloney come from? You know, and today I was out, I had my cape on. It's got a big magic star on the back, 5 points, because the 5-pointed star is good and of God, and the 6-pointed star is the one that's satanic. And they're like, "Are you magic?" And I'm like, "Yes." And this young, handsome black man said, "Touch my hand and tell me my future." And I said, "No." I mean, there's like 20 people around me. I'm not going to be. But, well, will you at least bless me? So I blessed him in the name of God and the archangels. I mean, I'm not God, but, you know, I prayed for him. And I said, I bless all of your people because we're living in times, dark times. With this orange baboon, buffoon, banana goon that's hurting everyone and destroying democracy in the USA. And this big, ugly, horrible, so-called beautiful bill, which is about to take medical assistance away from people, cause people probably to die. Also, a bunch of super rich billionaires can get a tax break. I mean, you have all that money. Why don't you go on a cruise? Why don't you go to Disneyland with your family or the person you love and quit marrying women that are young enough to be your granddaughter and start marrying somebody who's going to goddamn appreciate you, not somebody who's looking at your goddamn wallet. Because I can assure you, whether it's Keanu Reeves or Elon Musk, I'm not marrying them for their wallet. Yes, I need a car. Yes, I need them to pay for my surgery, but that's the gist of it. I'm not going to keep coming back for, oh, give me more, You know, this dress I have on right now cost me $10. My mom gave me these pearls. My dad bought the red coral for me. You know, Midnight Bandits got me this black spinel, which is what I want surrounding my birthstone and the birthstone of the man I love that I marry. And I don't want diamonds that cost millions of dollars. I want our birthstones integrated or side by side, surrounded by black spinel, which is superior to diamonds in reflectiveness. And only Jewelry TV sells that at a very reasonable price, and I love it. It is a quartz stalagmite that grows in the top of caverns, and I used to be a jeweler. So, and it is prosperity and protection around us. I ask you, every marriage with gold and diamonds fails, from what I've seen. Most everyone. So, what kind of symbol is that for love? I make up my own. Thank you very much. Silver is a blessed metal. Why not do that? The more you wear silver, the less it tarnishes. I should know. I've worn it all my life, and I think it's the Cherokee and the Muskegon Creek Indian me that draws me to it. I love turquoise. And by the way, the coral died before it was made into jewelry because Jewelry TV does not murder coral. They farm it, they let it live its life, they take good care of it out in sea, and then when it dies and falls to the seafloor, they pick it up and make jewelry out of it. So that's why I let my dad buy this for me, this beautiful pink coral. I love pink. Pink is protection and magic also, and it's love, which is something that I desire. So where are you, my love? I'm worried to death. I'm afraid something happened to you because of that orange thug. I don't know what the hell is going on. But anyway, and I just don't believe that Keanu Reeves was ever real. I tried everything to get him to notice me and he didn't. So, and Elon Musk seemed to be doing everything that drew my attention. Everything I asked him to do. I said, stop the spill, he did. I said, denounce the orange man, he did. So why shouldn't I choose him? But now I'm not hearing from him, so I'm worried. It's not like him, he calls me every day. I hear his voice every single day, so I'm kind of concerned. Where are you? Somebody wrote me a while ago, it wasn't a kid, but it was a child of somebody. This person looked like they were in their 30s. My dad said to tell you someone hacked their phone. Well, who's your dad? But they wouldn't answer me. So it was probably just, I don't know, maybe it was just a scammer, I don't know. But I'm afraid to talk to people because I have been dealing with imposters so much. And Elon told me not to be talking to anybody. And I can't because I have to listen to the man that loves me, I don't want to give up my Facebook because I enjoy doing these videos and I enjoy singing on there. It kind of fulfills my life. And I like to let people know that I'm using my magic to pray for them. And I'm using my magic for the greater good. I don't condone any kind of violence that's happening. I don't condone all this hate and all this bigotry and all this nonsense because of people's color, because they're transgender, because they're LGBTQ. It's just nonsense. And God has spoken clearly through Pope Francis and clearly through Bishop Marion, who told the orange man to his face the day he was elected in a very kind way. These people are worried. And I had prayed for that before it happened, and I was shocked it was answered. But he didn't listen. No, he got mad. That should tell you what kind of, I don't know if I can call him a person, really. He's so mean and so self-absorbed. It's just so narcissistic. But anyway, I think that's about all I got to say. Bless you. I love you all. Have a good day.